morning. Today we will discuss on machine learning topics. So first we need to go for what is machine learning and what is artificial intelligence and what is deep learning. So coming to the artificial intelligence, we are giving intelligence to the system. So the system can become like a human. That is called as artificial intelligence. So in the coming of the machine learning, so we are using various types of algorithms to train the system. Coming to the deep learning, it is a part of the machine learning. So these are the various applications of the deep learning. So we can tell that whether it is a CAD or Java or and after that voice recognition is one of the main application of the deep learning. Next one is the various applications. So before applying the deep learning, the human face is like that, and after applying the deep learning techniques, the picture is like this only. So nowadays we are having the various types of cars. So here the Siri car is like this. It is one of the main applications of the deep learning. And coming to the pattern recognition. So actually within the PDF we can convert it into normal text. So what are the text we are writing, that text will be converted into the PDF also. It is one of the beautiful application of the deep learning. So how the human brain is working, the deep learning is working as it is. So the neurons, the main focus is completely how to we need to eat and walking and thinking, how we are doing like that. The same thing the deep learning also working. So these are the various neural networks. So here we are giving one apple to the human brain. After that, after giving the multiple images to the human brain, then we can give the images for the testing, like apple images, orange images, and pomegranate images. Then we need to go for the classification. After that, we need to identify whether it is an apple or pineapple or orange, whatever it is. It need to identify by considering all these features. So here in the deep learning, two types of techniques are there. First one is the shallow learning and second one is the deep learning. So first we need to consider one input image. Here I am considering car as input image. After that all features are extracted manually. After that we need to go for the classification. Next we need to tell that whether it is a car or not. But coming to the deep learning, the feature extraction and classification both are mixed in here. So that is the main difference between the shallow learning and deep learning. So here in the input image, car image is given. After that we need to go for the deep learning techniques. In this deep learning, both techniques, that is the feature extraction techniques and classifying technique, both are mixed. After that it is giving the output whether it is a car or not. So here in the neural network is divided into three types. First one is the artificial neural network, second one is the convolutional neural network, and third one is the recurrent neural network. So in the artificial neural network we are coming to the two techniques. First one is the cell nodes are nothing but the nodes, and synapses is nothing but the weights, and axons are nothing but the output. So that one is the human brain architecture, and this one is the neural network architecture. So both are linking together. So here ANN procedure. First we need to give some of the input images to some of the input images. After that we need to classify whether the that one is either cat or dog, whatever it is. We need to identify. So first we need to do whatever neural network we are having. We need to try with the various types of images. After that we need to go for ANN method. After that we need to identify. the three types of features. First one is the low level feature, next one is the medium feature, next one is the high level feature. So in the feature extraction, the entire thing will be happened. Next we need to go for the fully connected. So low level features are nothing but the image is divided into some of the dimensions with the low level dimensions. So it is the middle level dimensions, it is the high level images. So based upon all these, we need to check whether it is a car or truck or airplane or ship or bus. So the main function of the components are convolution, pooling and classification. So first we need to apply the convolution of the particular image. Next we need to go for the activation function, that is nothing but the redo, and that is nothing but a rectified linear. Next, after performing the first cycle, next we need to go for the second cycle, convolution and redo. After that, performing the second two steps, next we need to go for the pooling. Next we need to, like the process is repeating. After that, the entire data will be in the vector format, that is nothing but in the fully connected layer. After that, we need to get the output. So the image is car, so the possibility of the car is maybe 99%, the remaining possibilities are very less. That's why we can simply identify is the input image is nothing but the car. So here we need to consider an input image A. So whenever we are considering the grayscale images, the values are fixed in between the 0 to 255. Whenever we are considering the RGB, that is the colorful images, we need to consider both the red, green, blue images only. So here I am considering an image is A. So after performing the convolution operation, here we are considering that the filter is nothing but the 3x3 kernel. So here that is nothing but the matrix here. Thus these kernel will be placed in here. After that we need to apply the multiplication. So 1 into 1 plus 0 into 1 plus, like it we need to perform the operation. So here we got the result. So that one is the 6x6 matrix and it is applied to the kernel 3x3. The output is 4x4 matrix. So the result which is having the input images of 6x6 is reduced to 4x4 after applying the convolution operation. So the operations how we are performing is nothing but 1 into 1 plus 0 into 0 plus minus 1 into minus 1. So the entire process how we need to perform the calculation is here. Based upon that the entire data is clear. So already we know after the performing the convolution, the size of the image will be reduced from this 6x6 into 3x3. The entire image will be reduced to 4x4 like this. So that one is, if suppose if you want to use the formula, then we can go for this method also. So here n by n is nothing but the matrix size and this f into f is nothing but the convolution, that is nothing but 3x3. N minus f plus 1, that is nothing but 4 minus 3 plus 1. 4 into 4 minus 3 plus 1, 4. So by using this formula also, we can directly tell that how the matrix, if suppose it is a 7 by 7 matrix, otherwise 10 by 10 matrix, whatever it is, by using this formula, we can tell the output how that vector will be, either 4 by 4 result will be occurred, otherwise 3 by 3 result. So by using this formula also, we can get the convolution. Next one, these are the three types of edges. So after performing the convolution, we need to go for these depth, stride and padding also. Depth is nothing but how many number of filters. In the previous example, we are considering 3 by 3 filter. Next one, stride is nothing but how many number of pixels we need to consider. Here in the 0 padding. So I didn't want to miss any information of the image. That's why I need to go for the padding. So whenever we are trying to do the convolution, some of the data either in the horizontal or vertical is missing. So I didn't want to remove any information. That's why I can go for the 0 padding. So 0 padding is nothing but the image, the entire border is either in the horizontal border or vertical border. We need to place zeros. So if suppose the data loss is occurred, then zeros will be removed, but the entire image information is not lost. So it is called as the redo function. Redo function is nothing but whenever we are having the negative values, all negative values will be rounded up to the 0. So that's why we are telling that the redo function, redo is nothing but the rectified linear rate is always suffering with the redo function. Why it is called as redo is nothing but the negative values are rounded up to the 0. So whenever if there is a negative values, the values should be deleted and it is rounded up to 0. That's why it is called as redo problem. Next one, pooling. There are two types of poolings are there. First one is the max pooling and next one is the average pooling. So here we are considering one image. Max the data will not be lost in here. If suppose there is any losses of information either in the horizontal or vertical, only zeros will be removed, but the internal information is as it is constant. So here we are having the formula also. Based on these formulas also we can apply the padding. So next one is strides. So whenever based upon these strides, whenever the stride equal to 2, that is nothing but first the 3 by 3 we need to consider. Stride equal to 2 is nothing but the 2 values we need to remove. Next we need to consider 9, 10, 2. After that 9, 10 also should be removed. Next to 8, 5. Stride equal to 2 is nothing but the 2 lines will be removed. Next method is like this. So the stride equal to 2, 1, 6 will be placed in the thing. Next 9, 10, 2 we need to consider. Whereas coming to the next stride, 9, 10 also we are not consider. Next we need to go for the 2, 8, 5. So strides are applying like this. Whenever stride equal to 1, only 1 value is left over. Whenever stride equal to 2, 2 values should be left over. So it is called as sub-vertical. Whereas coming to the horizontal, when it is coming to the vertical, 9, 1 should be removed and 4, 3, 9 is next time we need to consider. Here also in the second one, 10, 8 we don't consider. Next 9, 6, 4 we need to consider. And then we need to apply the striding technique. So strides also there is a formula. So I am not interested in calculating all those things, but I need to get the what is the output. Then we can directly go for these formulas. Next one, fully connected layers. Fully connected, as the name itself, every neuron is connected with the another neuron. It is called as fully connected. So check this one. Every neuron is connected with the all neurons. All neurons. Each and every one is called connected with the all neurons. That's why it is called as fully connected layer. Here I am giving an image is 9. So by going to all those, so the pixels which are matching with the 9 will be selected. Next it is going to the next layer, and after that the pixels which are matching with the 9. So here in the example, in the next layer all these are matched with the 9, and the next layer only 2 layers are matched with the 9. But here it is the output. So which one is taking? So check the diagrams. The neurons are moving from one layer to next layer. After that it is going to the next layer. So it is called as input layer, it is called as hidden layer, and it is called as hidden layer. Then next one is output layer. So check this one. I am giving the input image is 9 and it is indicating the output is 9 only. So check this. So 9 is connected. So we can understand that the hidden information is entered and closed. Only the input layer, what is the data we are giving, that is showing in the output. So by using this diagram you can simply understand that what are the neurons are activating in this. So input image is 9, even though the hidden layer is only the matching numbers only activated. After that only the output is activated as 9. So here 9 is activated. So the input image 9 is given, the output 9 is activated. So it is nothing but overall CNN architecture. So feature mapping. With this feature mapping is nothing but feature extraction and classification. At the starting already I told you the entire thing is completely depends upon the feature extraction and classification. In the deep learning and shallow learning,